Hello everyone, in this video we're going to talk about Fortnite Battle Royale's newest update. This is the update that reworks shotguns and brings a new epic and legendary pump shotgun to the game. Starting with the epic and legendary pump shotgun, the shotgun will hit for 105 or 110 damage respectively, making it 210 or 220 damage if you get a headshot. This weapon can be obtained from floor loot, chests, supply drops, and vending machines, so anywhere that you can get weapons you can get this gun. Shotguns have been reworked to always apply at least 3 pellets worth of damage if only 1 to 2 pellets hit. This brings up the minimum damage and eliminates that 7 or 8 damage shotgun shots that people always complain about. The weapons are going to feel much more consistent now and hopefully makes them perform better in game. The pump shotgun maximum damage was increased from 80 and 85 to 95 and 100. So this is putting the shotguns back to where they were, I believe, or maybe it's a middle ground. Pump shotguns will do higher damage and shorter range buckets, but damage falls off quicker. This means you'll do more damage to closer targets, but less damage to further targets. So that's pretty basic. I feel like that's how people expect shotguns to work anyways, but it's just going to be a steeper fall off is what I think they're saying. Don't expect to be getting as much medium to long range shots, but in closer range where you're supposed to be using your shotgun, the pump will perform well. I'm interested to see how this actually plays out in game because they didn't give like strict numbers for this, but the damage increase is good. The blue pump can now headshot for 200 damage if you hit all of your shots. And I think this is a good change. One of the things I was concerned with when they announced the epic and legendary pump shotguns was that if it was really good and they didn't bring up the green and the blue really much at all, then it was going to be very frustrating because then it was just going to be in RNG's hands whether or not you actually got a usable shotgun. But it seems like they did actually keep that in mind and bring up the green and the blue pump shotguns to make them more effective. But they're not going to be as effective at longer range. Maybe this also gives more of a reason for the heavy to exist if the pump doesn't have as much range, but it's more consistent in that range, and then the heavy is the shotgun with the more longer range. I could see that working out because when they announced the epic and legendary pump, I thought they would remove the heavy, even though it's not what I wanted. Just seemed kind of redundant to have both, but it seems like the damage fall off thing is going to lead to more consistency and kind of carve out more uniqueness for the heavy shotgun. Stink bombs have been added to supply drops. I don't think anybody in the world cares about that. They removed the double barrel shotguns from floor loot. It still exists in chests, vending machines, and supply drops, I believe. I'm actually not sure if they're in supply drops, but chests and vending machines. The double barrel is still in the game. It's just going to be less prevalent. The melted turret was adjusted to make it easier to land some shots against someone occupying it. Remove the ability to repair the mounted turret. I didn't even know that was a thing because I don't use it at all. Fixed players being able to clip into turrets barrels and get stuck. Supply drops will now automatically open if landing on a mountain turret, and drop rate reduced from 1.7 to 0.9. So the drop rate was cut in half. I still don't believe that's what the drop rate was. It seems like it was spawning like all the time, but okay. They nerfed it, made it easier to hit shots against people. Good. I'm not someone who really uses the turret. People rarely use it against me, but it's just very questionable. A lot of the community does not seem to like it. I don't really understand the need for the turret, but okay, Fortnite. The next thing in this change is the limited time mode called Team Rumble. 2 large teams fight for victory royale in an action-packed mode where the first team to get 100 elimination wins. So essentially it's team deathmatch. 2 teams of 20 players. Players will respawn after 5 seconds when eliminated, keeping their inventory. Eliminated players spawn with a random type of ammo upon elimination, as well as a random stack of either 120 wood, 90 stone, or 60 metal, and only uncommon weapons or better are available. First team to 100 wins. So it's team deathmatch. Okay, don't really plan on playing that mode, but that's awesome for the people that play it. Seemed like a lot of people weren't happy with the food fight mode, or they were happy with it initially, but it got old and then there was no 50-50. I don't know. I'm not the right person to talk about that. I don't really play the limited time modes that are the big team modes. For for gameplay changes, reduce the ANR speed when using glider redeploy feature in supported game modes. So that's interesting that they're still balancing glider redeploy in the modes that it's in. This leads me to believe that it's going to be coming back at some point. It's just they're going to fine tune it in the limited time modes that have it and then eventually test it in the actual game again. I don't know why they would continue to test it in some limited time modes if they didn't have the intention of bringing it back. Or they just want that option there at least. They want to continue to fine tune it over time. There have been new events added to the game. The Alchemist Pop-Up Cup. Pop-Up Cups are tournaments testing temporary limited time modes. Alchemist will continue testing several gameplay adjustments that may differ day to day. Initial changes are setting a material cap of 500 wood, 500 stone, and 500 metal. Harvesting rate increased by 40, plus 50 health on eliminations, and then a storm surge. If a certain amount of players are remaining by the time the storm finishes closing, a storm surge will activate. This periodically deals damage to players who have the least amount of damage dealt during the match. That's interesting. So if you haven't been dealing damage during the match, you get punished by the storm surge. I actually don't like this whatsoever. I mean, it does kind of encourage fighting, but I'm not really sure. We'll have to see how this plays out. It's definitely an interesting change. And my thought process on limited time modes and testing things like this in limited time modes is just do whatever you want to do. There's nothing wrong with testing this mechanic in a limited time mode, because if you don't like it, you could just play the normal game. Whereas if they test it in the normal game like they did glider redeploy, people that don't like it are turned off. People that do like it get annoyed when it's removed, or like grow to like hope that it stays. And then some players just are kind of indifferent to it and then adapt to it and then have to readapt to the game going back to how it was. So I think testing things like this in limited time modes is a great way to actually potentially test unique things that would be like kind of controversial, like the glider redeploy. So I'm happy that they're doing this, even though I think that change is kind of odd. The audio changes, player inline audio or player in air falling audio cue volume has increased. So I guess if people are gliding, you'll be able to hear them better. I don't know. And that seems like it's about it for this update. There really wasn't much else. It's mostly just the shotgun changes. I'm really excited to see how those play out. If you guys did enjoy this video, please do remember to give it a like rating and subscribe if you'd like to see more, and let the gameplay play out. This is actually a game from the recent Scavenger pop-up cup. I actually really enjoyed that game mode. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy this game. See you another time. Thanks for watching.
Yo, my bad. I thought I was off the mountain, so I was trying to play Storm.
I played Storm. Let's get it. Let's get some GGs in the chat. How many kills did you have? I had 10. Nice. Good job. Let's get some GGs in the chat. And if you guys have not already, please do remember to drop a like on the stream and subscribe if you'd like to see more. I live stream Fortnite Battle Royale every single day.